My name is Audrey Schroeder, and the name of my project is A History of Technology in the Classroom. The target audience for this course is students and instructional designers who are learning about the technology used in the classroom and its evolution through recorded history. Modern technology tools are exciting, and some students might be tempted to apply the latest technology in the classroom without considering if it is the best tool to facilitate learning. This website attempts to educate IDs and future IDs on the tools of the past in an attempt to demonstrate that great things have been accomplished with simple tools while we work towards using technology in the classroom for the future. The idea for this project came to me while I was visiting a museum virtually. The safer at home policies have many of us looking for entertainment and education online. I decided that a museum for IDs to see the artifacts of education could be a valuable tool for us. As we scroll through the website, the first thing we see is an image of a cave drawing. There is speculation that a cave drawing was the first way of teaching others which animals were safe to eat. That would make them the first media technology for learning. Next in our ID museum is the Learning to Write exhibit. It starts with a snippet of early colonial children learning to write by using their fingers to make a letter in the sand on a desktop sandbox. The process was time-consuming for the teacher to review the work, help the child, and then sweep the sandbox for the next letter. Next is an explanation of the humble beginnings of the slate to a whiteboard and then to a modern smartboard. The slate and early blackboards were pine boards nailed together and then stained black with charred potato. The blackboard was used by the teacher to teach writing and reading. It was the first time a focal point other than the teacher existed in the classroom. The chalkboard was replaced by the whiteboard in the early 1990s. This eliminated chalk dust and protected the new classroom computer. Smartboards are now replacing the whiteboards. They are allowing the teacher and the students to interact with the learning material at a greater level than the past blackboards. The next exhibit is History's Math Tools. The abacus, slate, compass, calculator, and modern computer rotate on a 3D carousel. Below the images is an interactive abacus where a user can acquaint themselves with the ancient abacus to do math. The Audio-Visual Room is the next exhibit in the Instructional Designer Museum. This room journeys the viewer from the radio from the 1920s to the film strips of the 1940s. The display also explains overhead projectors that began in the 1850s and referred to as magic lanterns. These tools have since been replaced by the modern computer. No doubt, with its worldwide reach, the pandemic will be featured in many future museum displays. In the remote learning section of the ID Museum, there is a PowerPoint presented to viewers via a recorded session of Zoom. Zoom is one of the modern technologies that has been utilized during the pandemic in the K-12 classroom as well as the corporate one. The last exhibit of the website showcases augmented reality and virtual reality. There are two videos created with the phone app Augmented Reality Video, ARVID. This app would allow an instructor to teach about the moon from the perspective of standing on it. Likewise, students could be exposed to animals in a virtual visit to the zoo. This concludes my presentation about my project, Evolutions of Classroom Technology. Pictured are the references of the materials used to create this project, as well as my paper. All images were of the public domain and courtesy of Flickr and Pixabay.